Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of OOSP, or Out of the Spirit Box, with Heather, Avani, and Vale. This is the podcast where we talk about a bunch of spooky shit for fun, so get cozy, turn on the lights, and prepare your ears for nonsense.
Right. So, most of what I kind of came up with and what I found is, when we talk about curses and when I think of curses, my brain goes Sleeping Beauty. The same kind of thing Maleficent did to Sleeping Beauty. You're thinking that somebody is directly, willing ill on you.
Right.
Kind of thing. And what a lot of people have kind of started to decide are curses are just bad shit that surrounds people.
Right.
That, in reality, there's either, so many people involved with this that you can't call it a curse because it's just statistic.
Or a series of unfortunate events. And not the
Great
movie.
show. Movie, garbage. Books and TV show, phenomenal.
I didn't know there was a TV show. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, I think that's on Netflix.
Yeah, so, there's this Superman curse that's going around Hollywood.
Mhm.
That's basically... You've heard of this one?
Mm-hmm.
Death and disease plaguing people who play major roles in these films or worked on these films.
Oh, I have an inkling of what you're talking about. I never looked into it,
Yeah.
though.
So, I've, listened to a whole podcast on this, but it's ridiculous because think about how many people it takes to produce one film. Now multiply it by every Superman film and television show made.
Yeah, there's a billion.
It's literally probability.
Yeah.
I
And you're
think
just finding a common thread.
because one Superman became paralyzed and another Superman killed himself, he took his life. So they're the correlation between people who played Superman and tragedy.
Yeah, but you can say that the same thing goes around about people who play the Joker.
It's one of those things where it's it affected a certain amount of people. That wasn't wide enough because let's say fucking Henry Cavill, nothing ever happened to him, but they still say the Superman curse is a thing. And there's been 100 fucking Supermans. Maybe 2 of them had tragedies, but then people who worked on Superman, film and media, things happened to them. It's oh yeah, of the fucking 50,000 people that worked on here, I don't know, 10 people, something happened to them.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's a curse.
There's a curse!
Curse, because they all worked on a Superman production for a day or more.
I think, I think if there's any, it's for a lot of things people call a curse or nickname a curse, they are really just talking about bad luck.
Yeah.
And coincidence, statistics. It's just statistics. Eventually some people are gonna die, and if they're important, it's a curse.
It's a curse!
Yeah. And I really think it comes down to people really just need to make sense of tragedy and loss.
Oh,
and it's easier to push that and blame that on the supernatural than it is to just say, hey, life happens, shit happens. Sorry you chain smoked for 3 decades and
right.
got cancer. Couldn't have been that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right,
couldn't have been that. There's no poison in those cigarettes. That's just fucking
Right.
healthy.
Yeah, especially. Every time I think about as the vapor of the group, every time I think about the history of cigarettes and how a few years ago it was just everybody was smoking all the time, everywhere. No shit.
In restaurants.
Yeah,
office
no
buildings,
shit. People
yeah.
are getting sick.
They're just smoking on babies as they pop out the womb. Fucking
I almost said smoking on babies while they're in the womb, but smoking
on babies in the womb.
Yeah.
Just take a puff and then put it to the fucking belly button.
Yeah.
Have the baby take one too.
Exactly. Or blowing it up your wife's hoo-ha.
While you're down there, just
yeah. They were trying to practice blowing smoke up their wife's ass, and then
wrong podcast.
Right. Sorry. Back onto curses.
Rewind. This sounds like a Pillowfort talk shit.
Try it again.
It's all the same.
It's true.
So the last one that I have before I gave up on bullshit curses, have you guys heard of the Glee curse?
No.
No.
Okay, so you remember the show Glee?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I know all about it, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Big surprise Heather hasn't seen something.
three different of the main actors in the show.
Uh-huh.
One of them committed suicide. But I believe he had a history of drug issues. And I think, don't quote me on this, he like overdosed in his hotel room or something. But from what they could tell, it was purposeful. One drowned, and this was post the show. She was out like on a boat, like a paddle boat or something, with her kid on a lake, like springtime, summertime, and somehow she ended up overboard and drowning.
That sucks.
And then another one of the guys from the show ended up getting caught, but I want to say it was child pornography. And when they went to arrest him, or he knew they were coming to get him, he committed suicide before he could go to prison.
Sounds like Hollywood to me.
Yeah, right? Very
like,
on
"Oh."
brand.
Like, that sounds on brand for Hollywood. I don't see a curse here, though. Where's the
Right.
correlation? It's like, but on that specific, like, type of thing, like, wasn't there a curse for the Wizard of Oz?
I think there was.
Yeah, like, there was a curse for the Wizard of Oz, like, it was in the same vein of this, like, same type of stuff that Ivani's talking about. But, like, in this one, they were like, stuff happened to the people who were working on the set and stuff. But it's slightly different because things were happening while they were filming.
Oh.
So it's basically everything that happened was like had to do with how MGM handled everything. So basically it says the neglect and abuse of the cast has suffered at the hands of MGM during a time when actors were not protected as they are now.
Yeah.
So I think it was just really bad shit, because there was something about, like, whoever the Tin Man got, like, covered in paint, but would feel, like, really, like, nauseous and shit because his skin couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
And this
The- His,
It, like lead-based paint or something?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're right, but it was something like this man started, like, getting sick. He started, like, losing his shit, and it's, you know, your skin has to
Yeah.
breathe. There's respiration going on through your skin. But they covered him completely in the lead paint, and not only was his skin not breathing, but lead is really healthy for the human body.
Especially if it enters in high velocity.
It's like, it just goes directly into your bloodstream, and it just gives you adrenaline, and you just feel pumped.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Pumped
so
with something.
I was mildly incorrect. The guy that was listed as suicide isn't suicide. I don't know why they put it in the article as suicide. It was an accidental heroin overdose. And then
Accidental.
the guy who killed himself before prison, it was sexual battery from an ex-girlfriend that he was accused of.
Yeah, no, it's still very on brand.
Yeah, still
Yeah,
very
it's
on brand.
all- Because what people like fucking forget is the psychological shit that actors go through in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
that's why you see child actors totally lose their shit.
It's a very high pressure job, and it's still very shitty.
It's like between the pressure and the fame and the need to be a certain way at a certain time and in certain places, it just like messes with your psychology.
And then you
Yeah.
have method actors who really try to tap into everything about their character. And for characters that have mental illnesses, you know, they go a little bit too far. I mean, that's, you know, the whole thing about Joker. People who play Joker, if they go too far, they start to be a little crazy.
A little,
Well- Yeah, and that's what happened with Heath Ledger. May he rest in peace.
Yeah,
My heart is still broken.
yeah,
Um,
that was a sad one.
God. I still, half his movies I still can't watch because I just get sad.
That's me with
Um,
Robin Williams.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically my whole thing came down to like people call things curses cuz they don't know how to cope with them. When they're not curses, but I think that there are real curses out there. I think people can curse people. I just really couldn't find anything from my end that sounded like what you think when you think I've been cursed by a witch.
Yeah, I guess, did anybody look up the actual definition of curses?
I
Like being
did.
cursed?
I did.
Huh.
A solemn utterance intended to invoke a supernatural power to inflict harm or punishment on someone or something.
Yeah, so it's somebody doing something to inflict that.
and like mine is more that vein. It's
Yeah.
not like a witch's curse or something, because I have heard of things like that, but I didn't know enough to know where to look. So I just
Right.
went to one that seemed a little more familiar to me and was like, I know this is like a curse where you do this like specifically and intentionally.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's
there-
really what I was trying to find was intentional curses, I guess maybe is the way to call it. And not so much, hey, we're speculating and we're calling this a curse because a bunch of bad shit happened to them and curse sounds nice in the headlines.
But curses, like the word curse is thrown on stuff like that. And I think that's perfect that you ended up talking about curses that are more just kind of like bullshit ideas, like bullshit reasons to cope on it. Whereas Vale focused on this is some actual, like, some shit, man. This is some shit.
This is some shit.
Yeah.
And like for me it was easier for me to find a curse because it is sort of rooted in my culture. So I was like, oh, I know where to start. I know where to start
yeah.
looking.
Yeah, you
Okay.
knew exactly where to go.
I'm gonna ADD on you guys. Vale, your shirt is green screening and picking up the floor pattern.
Yeah. It's Cthulhu in green, and because of the green screen, it just goes straight through.
That is so. I love when green screen does that.
Like-
It looks so weird. Oh my god. It just looks like you have a hole in you.
It's
Yeah.
great.
Oh,
So sorry.
That stays in.
I'm fine with that.
That stays in.
I'm so sorry. My brain just caught it and was like, I can't let this go.
Like, I'm surprised it took you this long to realize it, though.
That's my favorite thing about the green screen with Vale. Every time you use the green screen, there's like holes in your chair and holes.
Like this, I did it on purpose,
Ah,
and to
okay,
see if like
excellent.
anyone was gonna notice. And like, well, it took 30 minutes in.
Yeah. Our ADHD doesn't always zone in quickly, but it will zone in.
It'll get there.
Yeah.
At least we're cute.
Oh man.
So curses.
So curses. So I guess
Yeah.
it's my turn to go down the whole curse route.
Yeah.
I was, but for me, it was also a little interesting. I was like thinking curses. Like, I know there's like witches' curses and stuff like that, where like they do perform a little hex and whatever, but I couldn't think of one specifically.
Mhm.
And I was talking to one of my friends, and so the vast majority, like the 99% of my friends, are all Puerto Rican, like me. And he was like, oh, but what about El Mal de Ojo? And I was like, holy fucking shit, that is the most common one that we hear. Which, Mal de Ojo translates into evil eye.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my god, the evil eye, why didn't I think of that? It's like something that we hear when babies are born. Okay.
Like in your culture?
Yes. I remember hearing it when I was a little kid. But
Like look out for the evil eye?
not even because it was not even to look out for the evil eye. But what I remember, like the youngest I can think of, I was a little kid and my mom was saying how these people are psychopaths and fucking idiots for putting on charms on their babies so their babies don't get the evil eye. And I was like, what? It will make sense after I go through my whole spiel.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm ready.
So, okay, I actually wrote some shit. I always do this. I write some shit and I don't even fucking read it. It's like, personally, I can only give you the version of the evil eye from my culture, but this curse is spread almost worldwide. Each of the variations have shared similarities, and at the end, I'm gonna put 3 of the major religions and their customs and their scripture on the evil eye. So for us, it's called mal de ojo, which is mal, bad, ojo, eye. So it's believed to be transmitted from the eye, carried through the air, and received through the eyes of the recipient. The belief of the evil eye is said to primarily affect babies and children, but in some parts of the world, it's said to affect adults and even personal objects. Giving someone mal de ojo is believed to bring bad luck, ill health, misfortune to the recipient. Like, it will make you sick, it will give you diarrhea, it will give you a fever, it will make you vomit, you'll start crying randomly, can give insomnia.
So that's just for babies or people in general?
No, just people in general.
Oh, okay.
You'll notice the effects on a baby that way, because adults is not going to tell you their symptoms.
Right.
They're not going to be like,
Hey,
if you have a baby that's getting sick and
diarrhea.
randomly crying, and it's randomly a colic baby,
Yeah.
they will attribute it sometimes to the evil eye. Others believe that it can do more than just make someone sick. You can see shadow entities and creatures and stuff that stalk your house because you have the curse of the evil eye on you. It also causes disastrous bad luck. So if someone curses you with the evil eye, it's said that you can you'll be surrounded by bad luck. You'll go into your house and suddenly a fire breaks out, or your dishwasher explodes and damages your kitchen, or the lights start flickering, or your TV just stops working. It just things that happen one after another, just concurrently, just bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
Shit's going wrong. Well, popularly, the evil eye is said to be given with the look. Others believe that it can be given with the image of an eye, which I've heard personally as well, because someone had tried to curse with a charm of an evil eye.
So, if I just search evil eye on the internet and print that shit out and mail it to somebody, will that...
I mean, I'm assuming some cultures believe that if you get a charm of an evil eye and you put your evil intent into it, where you're I want this bad thing to happen to this person, and you just focus all your energy on this thing, and then you give it to someone as a gift and they don't know that it's got ill intentions, it can cause the curse of the evil eye.
Do not accept any eye-shaped gift.
Yeah. Got it.
But in other cultures, you use that exact same image of the eye
For protection.
for protection.
Yeah, that's
So-
how I've seen the eye used as a protection item.
So it's all about intent.
It's mainly about intent and where your customs come from. Because the evil eye is they have it in the West Asia, Latin America, East and West Africa, Central America, South Asia, Central Asia, Europe, the Mediterranean. It is everywhere. It's really big in Greece too.
So if somebody in... I'm just gonna throw out state names, because why not? If somebody in Wisconsin is using the evil eye, and they send it to me, can I fight the evil eye with the protection evil eye?
Heather, preparing for any situation.
Yeah, Heather's fucking ready. Well, I looked up the Jewish Christian and Islamic protections for the evil eye.
So, is this where that phrase, like, giving somebody the evil eye or giving somebody the stink eye comes from?
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
pretty sure. Yeah, that's one I actually think I knew. Wow.
Yeah, that linked in for me pretty quick. I was like, wait a minute.
It's like for the Jewish religion, it says an evil eye, the incarnation and inclination of evil and hatred towards people, removes you as a person from this earth. And the evil eye, when his mind eye judges everything to his side is evil, he is not content with what he has. He is jealous of his fellows and judges them negatively. He is a suspect of his rabbi and of the Holy One. He becomes in doubt of the foundation of Judah and Torah from heaven. And then it explains how, of his evil eye, he descends to Gahim, which is their version of hell. So it's like a whole thing. And then many observers of the Jewish religion avoid talking about their valuables or their good luck, so not to have people put the ill intention of the evil eye on them. And if they do talk about good things that happen to them, they say, like a little chant, Blim aya hara, which means without an evil eye, or kain ein hara, no evil eye. Or they spit 3 times, and that's how they get rid of the curse of the evil eye.
All right,
I've
so
seen the spitting thing before.
if we see an evil eye, we gotta spit 3 times. Because I cannot pronounce what you just pronounced. I have
And
no
I
idea
will-
what you.
I'm sure I fucking pronounced it horribly. I saw all the letters. I don't think I pronounced all the letters as they were given to me.
You know what? The way you said it, though, I had no doubt that you said it right. I was like, all right, she knows how to say it. Good for her.
Not even a little bit. Holy shit.
All right, hope we didn't just piss off a bunch of people.
So I'm saying now, I have never once read anything in Hebrew, and that was the best I could to try and pronounce things that I have never heard before.
And that is why oh my gosh, see, exactly. That's why I don't read Hebrew. So
For the Christian faith, the eye is the lamp of the body. When your eye is clear, your whole body is full of light. But when it is bad, your whole body is full of darkness. I said to them, cast away each of you the detestable things of your eye, and do not defile yourself. What? Now back to the Christian faith of the evil
Yeah.
eye.
yes, more evil eye.
More evil eye. So I have still the Islamic and the Christian. Again, Christian faith. Quotations. The eye is the lamp of the body, and when your eye is clear, your whole body is full of light. But when it is bad, your body is also full of darkness. I said to them, cast away each of you the detestable things of his eyes, and do not defile yourselves with the idols of Egypt, for I am your Lord. If your eye
Listening, Gail's doing air quotes.
if your eye is bad, your whole body is full of darkness, and if there is light in you, redo.
Wait, does that mean because my eyes don't work without glasses that I'm full of darkness?
Yes, that's
Yes, that's what it means.
That makes a
If
lot
your
of sense.
eyes are full of evil intent, then you are full of evil intent, because the eyes are, I don't know, the lamp of your body. So it was like, if your eye is bad, your whole body is full of darkness. If then the light is in you, how great is the darkness? And for Christians, they wear necklaces with crosses on them to ward off the evil eye. And they make the sign of the cross, or they get blessed charms to ward off the evil eye.
So the cross necklaces aren't Jesus? They're to ward off the evil eye?
Well, I'm assuming the cross necklaces are for a wide variety of things. But one of the things is to ward off the badness that someone puts onto you.
And also Jesus.
And also Jesus. The last one is Islam. The evil eye is called Al-Ayan. Say, O Prophet, I seek refuge in the Lord of the daybreak, for the evil of whatever he has created, and from the evil of the night and the growing darkness, and from the evil of those witches casting spells by blowing onto naught, and from the evils of the enviers and their envy. And they perform a ritual to ward off the evil eye.
Ooh. What is this ritual?
Well, it was a lot of things that I could not pronounce nor read.
No, that's fine. All right, I get it. It's
But
cool.
there's a specific ritual they do. They do some prayers to either remove the evil eye or ward off the evil eye cast onto them.
Gotcha.
Witches casting spells. It says it even in the script, in the little scripture.
So in Islam, it's more believed that it's a witch that puts the evil eye on them.
Could be.
Huh.
Those were the three major ones that popped out, because there's one for every. I didn't know that the evil eye was so like widespread. Every religion,
Really?
every region on the fucking map, like everywhere in the world, they have something about the evil eye.
So it sounds like a bunch of people were just glaring at each other and everybody was like, this is evil.
This is bad.
They're giving me the glare. I'm
There's-
cursed.
They're literally like, Heather, Google evil eye and go look at the pictures, and you're gonna recognize almost every single one of these.
Really?
Yeah, because they use them to.
Games too.
They use them in video games, and a lot of the time, the most prevalent image of the eye is actually the eye to protect. But that same eye to protect in another culture, if they see that eye, they have to spit 3 times and turn around because that shit's evil still. Even if your intentions are good, the eye is still bad.
I got a lot of weird people eyes.
Did you just type in evil eye and go to images?
Yeah.
You don't see
I'm
the.
it's on Yahoo. I don't know why
Oh,
my
that's
browser
your
keeps
problem.
switching me over to Yahoo, but I wish it.
It does it. You probably get a pop-up for some sort of firewall or virus software, and it will automatically check a box for you, and a lot of people just close it out, and when you check that box, it auto-switches your browser preferred search engine.
That's
so when
annoying.
that pop-up comes up, just uncheck the box and then...
Gotcha. Now I see it. Yeah. No, I definitely recognize these.
Yeah, I've literally seen almost every iteration of this
Well, because
somewhere.
it's a lot of pretty much the same basic eye.
Yeah. It's either circular or almond-shaped.
Or
And
yeah, and then it's just put on a thing.
It's just put on a thing.
so did you happen to look and see if this had any origin in Egyptian culture?
Well, the one for Christianity literally had a line. Let me open that shit up again.
I just happened to see a picture and I was like, I know that. I've seen that a million times. That's Egyptian.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah, I
see.
was wondering about that too, because I have the one right here.
It says, the quote is, I said to them, cast away each of you the detestable things of his eye, and do not defile yourselves with the idols of Egypt. I am the Lord. End quotation.
So
Oh,
I looked up
Jesus.
Egypt evil eye, and it says the eye was a powerful symbol in ancient Egypt. It was used to ward off evil, as ancient Egyptians believed the eye reflected the evil back into the evil doer. Sailors would paint the eye on their ships in the hope that it would protect them during their voyages.
Did it?
Well,
Who knows?
we saw what happened in ancient Egypt in the Library of Alexandria, so you tell me.
But like everywhere has their little evil eye or good or the their I don't remember what the good eye is called.
What if the good eye is just as bad as the evil eye, and they're really just bringing more misfortune on them by putting it?
That's what I'm saying. At least in my culture, it's split between the two.
Yeah.
Because for what I was taught as a child, even if the evil eye is intended for a good thing, it still brings on the evil eye because it's the image of the eye.
Yeah.
So like that's what we were taught. I never believed in the evil eye, but that's whatever, it doesn't matter. But that's what we heard and that's what we grew up with. But also in my culture, which was something that I was going to add at the end, is when a baby is born, it's an old custom. I don't think they do it anymore. But they'll put like a bracelet or an anklet on the baby and it'll have a little eye on it, and they use that to defend against the evil eye. And my mother always said that shit's insane, because if that charm falls off that bracelet, that baby's gonna choke on an eye and see where the evil eye really is.
Yo, your mom's hilarious.
I love your mom. Never met your mom, but I love your mom.
So,
Oh, that's a golden statement. And also not wrong.
yeah, I mean, that's what I always heard about the evil eye, and it was like, that's just fucking insane, because you shouldn't be putting that on a baby. A baby eats on everything. And if they choke on that evil eye, well, there's the evil, bitch.
I guess the best thing you could probably do is get like one of those rub-on tattoos and just put it on your baby once a week.
So there's a key. It says there's a key distinction between the evil eye, which is a curse, and the eye amulet, which dispels the curse.
Oh. A distinct difference?
There's a key distinction.
Distinction. I don't know, man.
But
Because the same eye that in Greece, it's like you can find that eye everywhere. If you go to Greece, they have that little blue eye with the little thing, that little glass everywhere. They sell it everywhere. It is one of their like key things of their culture. But not me, but if someone from my family were to go over there, they'd be like, amen, get that shit out of my face. Because the eye is the eye, and we don't fuck around with that shit.
So like even if somebody like gave it to them with good intention, then their belief that there's bad intention and it could still cause bad things to happen, right?
Well, it's not the intention. It's like the symbol is just bad as default. At least for us.
Right.
Well, it's hard to...
It's like, it's like someone gives you it. Let's say someone gives you that charm, and they give it with good intentions, and you're like, oh, thanks, that's very nice. You do a little blessing over it, and you put it away, and you never look at that shit again. Because while you know that they didn't mean harm with it, it's still believed to do harm in general for us. It's very specific to the culture.
Right.
I would think, and I think I know where you're going, Avani, because I think I'm going the same way, but like, how much of it is just belief in the, like, assigned belief in it, where they're creating their own curse?
Right.
It's like everything, like...
Yeah, it is like everything. Yeah.
Yeah, because like even if it's kind of the same thing we're talking about with the bullshit curses, is you can label anything a curse if you need some way to deal with, why did this bad thing happen to me? I don't feel I deserved it.
Yeah. It's much like everything else. Like, it depends on the person and the circumstance, I guess.
Yeah.
Because let's say I believe in this, and someone has given me the charm. Okay, so I'm going to cut this part out because now I'm going to say a real true story.
The older the occult activities, the more I believe in them. I don't know if this is like something that a lot of people do, but I just feel like the older generations knew some shit. You know, and like I just respect that. Like, your family from the past or whoever who was doing those seances, like, I'm like, y'all knew what you were doing. I'm gonna stay out of that, but y'all knew what you were doing.
Like, y'all knew something that I didn't know, and apparently you were talking to something that I don't want to talk to.
Right. Well, not even that I don't want to talk to it. It's just that I know if I try to talk to it, I'll fuck it up. So, like...
So I also don't want that shit to attach to me.
Yeah, right, exactly. So, you know, like... But I respect it, because I'm like, you know, obviously... with those practices, they felt like they were doing something, and they felt like they were doing something probably positive for themselves. So, but yeah, that's some scary shit.
Yeah, it's kind of scary when someone's like, protect yourself because we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not something you can hit with a baseball bat.
Right. I wish it was something tangible because I'll start throwing hands real quick. I have anger issues and I always need an excuse to throw a punch.
That's fair.
So, it's like, if it's something tangible, come on, come at me. I'll go right now.
Right. I don't even know what I would do if somebody told me, like, I was cursed. Or if I felt like I was cursed. I would be like, well, that's it for me, guys.
I think I'd just be like, yeah, that explains a whole lot. Thanks, fuckface.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I am. Because it's something that I didn't know until I was older, and I already had, like, experiences, and I was like, oh, this is fucking weird. Like, am I insane? Do I need medication?
I don't hear my peers
Yes,
talking
but
about
no.
this.
It's like... I don't hear my friends talking about the same things. Something's not adding up. And then I heard the story, and I was like, oh, come on.
You know, I had a conversation with Steve last week, and I brought up something that happened to me, and he was like, that's fucking crazy. And I was like, wait, that doesn't happen to you every Sunday?
Like, that doesn't happen to you? That just me? Oh, fuck.
When the same thing started happening to me every Sunday, I went to the doctor and got pills for it. I just assumed that it was
It's like,
a biological issue.
I went to the doctor. I thought I had, like, some schizophrenia. They gave me some pills, and it was still happening. So I was like, maybe I need some new ones.
Maybe these are the wrong schizophrenia medications for me. Maybe I need the other one.
Maybe I need the other ones. These are like Skittles. I need something a little stronger.
So do
Wait,
you...
isn't the evil eye on our money?
It's not the evil eye. It's the all-seeing eye on the pyramid. That's Freemason imagery.
Oh.
We should get into that sometime.
Yeah, that's
hold on.
something else. I could get into that.
Well, because you have to, like, part of it, I definitely think a lot of the supernatural is influenced by our beliefs and our intents, like the energy we put into it. And I feel like if you're going for too many different things, like, you're spreading your intent and beliefs too thin, and maybe that makes it less effective, if that makes sense. But
Like, yeah, in general, I
I
feel like if it was me, I'd just stick with one. If I'm going to do Native American, I'm going to do Native American. If I'm going to do Christian, I'm only going to do Christian. But I have seen, like, people who actually, those are the two that they cross together.
really,
Yeah, Native American Christian. That, I remember watching something, and like, in different occurrences, they would do the Native American Christian ones together. So they would cross the two beliefs and use them both as a protection. So I think there was one specifically where they used a smudge stick and an eagle feather and did the prayer for Christianity while doing the motions and the incense for Native American. I don't know. It's just something that I saw that I thought was interesting.
That's definitely interesting. For me, I don't know if I would personally do that, because I feel like that's two different types of spirituality that you're calling on.
I feel like I wouldn't personally delve into a spirituality that I'm not well versed in.
I agree with that, but also I really feel like the Native Americans knew some shit. So
I would just find somebody of Native American heritage that does that kind of thing and have them do it, as opposed to me trying to do it, insulting them further and making it worse.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because
It's like if you
My problem with it is if I wanted to go to the Native American route, supposedly my family traces back to Captain Smith.
Whoops.
Which could be an issue.
See, I have British in my blood, but I also have Native American in my blood.
I have
would-
Spanish
yeah.
and Puerto Rican Indian because the Spanish fucked all of the Tainos and then murdered us all.
All right. Do we want to call that the end of this episode? Are we done with curses for now?
Our cursed episode that's going to be like 30 minutes long because the vast majority of it is going to be cut out.
Well, just, if anybody feels like there was a jump in conversation, just know that we are cutting things out to protect ourselves. So, well, that'll be all for this one, folks. Check out the next episode of USP, where we'll be talking about who knows what. Tune in to find out. In the meantime, check out our other podcast, Pillow Fort Talk, where we also talk about who knows what, but in a more day-to-day aspect. If you like games, we all stream on twitch.tv. We have Late Night Dungeon Fight, J&H Nerdcast, and ND Vale. We also have YouTube channels under those same names. Thanks for your support. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
Bye!